Okay, I chose a patchwork quilt for my education metaphor. This type of quilt is typically made from many smaller pieces of fabric sewn together to form a pattern. For example, in this picture below, we have several small triangles and squares sewn together to form this larger, beautiful pattern. So I had doctrines as the pieces of fabric that were sewn together, principles as the threads used to sew things together, and tools as the overall pattern that this created. So for doctrines, they're truths revealed by God, eternal and unchanging. I made the doctrines the pieces of fabric because they form the base of what we know and what we can build our actions off of, just like how the pieces of fabric are what you make the quilt out of. Principles, I made threads because they're the subcategories of doctrines. We need to understand principles because they link the overall larger doctrines to the applications. We need to understand them because they sew together our patterns. They link things together. And I made tools the pattern that everything creates because that's the end result. That's what everyone sees is our applications, our tools, and that's what you see when you look at a patchwork quilt is the pattern that is formed. So here's my doctrines of education and the related authors. Here's my principles of education and related authors. And here's my tools of education, my related authors, and then here's like the application in our lives. Hope you enjoyed.